Thanks for joining us for another edition of Weekend Winners, proudly brought to you by 1Equine. And what a time it is to be alive here in Queensland harness racing. The carnival officially underway, and we've got another great night coming up on Saturday night from Albion Park. The Lucky Creed Open is the feature, and that is going to be an absolute ripper. Turn It Up, the local star, draws the inside. Bondi Lockdown's in town. We've got I Cast No Shadow, the reigning Inter-Dominion champion, looking to overcome a second row draw. Black Sedans, who won last week, he's got the extreme outside draw, and his younger brother, Big Wheels, drawn directly behind Turn It Up. So that's the highlight race on Saturday night, the Lucky Creed. There's a lot to look forward to. In this edition of Weekend Winners, Racing Queensland have come up with Brendan Barnes and Luke McCarthy. Brendan Barnes has two very good books of drives this weekend, Friday night, Saturday night. Albion Park is the focus this Saturday night. Carnival officially kicks off on Friday night. He's in the hot seat now. Brendan, appreciate the time.
No worries, Chris.
We start with race 4 on Saturday night. Make Mine Memphis. This guy is absolutely flying. He comes up with a good draw. How do you rate his chances?
Yeah, definitely. He's going super, and as you said, he's drawn well. So we know he's versatile, and we can keep him up on the pace, and he'll go well.
Mobile start race over the longer journey on Saturday night, 2,680 metres, gate 2. Has he got the speed to lead here?
Yeah, I think that was probably the initial plan. We'll look to try and get him to the fence, and from there he'll take some beating. Okay,
the obvious horse to beat in this field, going by the form, is Can't Find a Better Man. Now, he was beaten a nose margin last week behind Black Sedans. How much do you rate this guy?
Yeah, got a lot of respect for him. Obviously, the draws a lot against him. He's definitely the class runner of the race. But if we happen to sort of find the fence, he's got to be working at some point, so we could sort of use that to our advantage.
It's a good point. I want to just touch on that a little further. So if he happens to be in front, Make Mine Memphis, and he gets left alone largely in the early part, we know he's capable of a brilliant last half. Whether it's Can't Find a Better Man or any other horse in this race, you're going to prove hard to catch.
Yeah, no doubt about that. He can run a quick last half, and he can sort of get up and roll pretty genuine sort of quarters throughout. So if we're in front, we got it our own way, and we sort of, if Can't Find a Better Man is trying to get into it late, then we sort of got to get moving and sort of try and take the race away from him.
Okay, last week, dead heated for third in that stand-start race, won by Tim's a Trooper. Were you happy with the run?
Yeah, it was probably, well, we all know what Make My Memphis can be like. He's a bit of a gunner at times, and that's probably the worst he's ever bludged on me, but we won't worry about that too much.
Okay, now at the top of the straight, when you peeled to the outside, did you think you had it?
Yeah, but I thought he'd win by 10.
One thing to take away from that race, the fact that you were able to hold off Expensive Ego. He sort of loomed to your outside, but you were able to hold him off. Do you take anything out of that?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, he's a Grand Circuit horse, and he followed us everywhere and could never get by us. So, yeah, you got to really look into that.
All right, a leading chance there. Make Mine Memphis, race 4. The next race, race 5, Big Shadow. He's chasing back-to-back victories. This is a good quality lineup, but he's in form, this horse.
Yeah, he's a nice horse, good field, as you said, but he's got the good draw, and he'll have no trouble in leading.
Okay. Who's the horse to beat in this race? Is it Rock and Roll Hammer? Is it Beach Villa? Is it a Red Right Hand, or Better Than a Rocket?
Oh, it's sort of, there's any of them could really win, really. We're pretty lucky. We've got the draw that they're going to have to be sort of coming wide and around us at some point.
Okay, what about early speed here? He's got early pace, but there's a stack of speed to your outside. What a Roller, Eagle, Commander, Beach Villa, they can all fly the arm. Do you expect fireworks early? We just he's got plenty of gate speed himself. He showed that last week, and we just sort of got to hope that there's a bit of an overlap to stop Beach Villa getting the jump on us. He's exceptionally quick, and he's probably the only one that could cross us. Okay, but if you're in the trail behind Beach Villa, you're still a leading chance, surely?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so he's an improving type Big Shadow and capable of taking that race. That's race 5. Race 6, this is the listed Lucky Creed, the open pace on Saturday night. I Cast No Shadow. Good drive to get, the reigning Inter-Dominion champ.
Yeah, no doubt. Great drive to get that one. Tough draw, but you got to sort of, take him with plenty of respect.
Okay, it's a tough draw, and it's a good field. Turn It Up drawn 1, Bondi Lockdown in 6. So what do you expect here? He's second up. He was terrific last week, first up in Sydney. So whatever he does, more improvement to come?
Yeah, absolutely. You would think so. As you said, he was super there in Sydney first up. But, these sort of races, you can't really get too much into thought of them. You just got to really really drive to tempo and what's happening at the time. But I'm pretty happy with the drive I've got, and I'm sure that we can put him into it if we have to.
Okay. Jason Grimson up here for the Carnival. He's got the 2 runners here. Did you have the choice, or was that taken out of the equation here? Were you just put on I Cast No Shadow?
Yeah, I was just put on. Pretty happy with that.
Okay, well, he's a good chance there, I Cast No Shadow. Race 7, again for Jason Grimson, Joe and Joe. I think she's going to be very competitive here.
Yeah, definitely. You'd think she'd be competitive. She brings sort of, more than handy Sydney form up to a not an overly strong mares race.
Just looking at that front line, it should generate tempo. So the faster they go, the better for Joe and Joe?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good chance there, Joe and Joe. Another runner for Jason Grimson, another mare as well. Pray Tell, but it's another tricky draw here, the outside of the second row. How do we read her form lines?
To be honest, I've never even heard of the horse, to be honest, so I'll have to dig a little bit sort of more and do some form on her, but you got to respect anything that they've brought up.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Couple of handy ones. You know Racy Roxy, Alexia Rose in good form, and the other key runner in this race is Savion. She's up here for an Oaks campaign, so it's not easy, but Pray Tell, like you said, anything from that stable must be respected.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Graham Dwyer has a runner for you in race 9. Asterism. Is he going better than what his numerical form reads?
Yeah, he really is. I'd love to get him to the front one day, but we sort of just keep drawing. Sort of not ideal for that, but he's going really good and he can definitely feature.
How does this race set up for you ideally? Where would you like to be early?
Just handy. If we could just be somewhere in the top sort of half of the field without having to do too much, that'd be really good. Okay,
Dan Fernando, drawn barrier 1. Is he looking the most obvious horse to beat here?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, well, that's Asterism race 9. And in the last, Jillaby Chambers. She's down on form, but is she going better than those form lines suggest?
I thought her last start run was really good, but she's sort of drawn a little bit awkwardly. There's a little bit of speed under her again, and she's got good gate speed herself, but I don't think she can find the fence, and she's a real fence horse.
Okay, well, that's a look at the drives for you there on Saturday night. So which one are you most looking forward to?
I think Make Mine Memphis. I probably say it nearly every time I'm on here, but, he's always a chance. Every time he pops out, he can win.
Okay, race 4, number 2. Hey, Brendan, always appreciate the time. We'll see you trackside.
Beauty, thank you.
Luke McCarthy, fresh from his driving double last Saturday night, returns to action again this weekend, and again, it's another strong book of drives. He joins us now. Luke, appreciate the time.
Yeah, good to be on, Chris.
Muscle Bart, your first drive on Saturday night. Race 2, number 3. He's a high-quality horse when you look at his record. 10 from 40, Group 1 place in the Derby last year. What did you make of the run last week?
Yeah, I was a little bit disappointed with him, Chris. So when the speed backed off, I went around him. But look, most of his best runs have either been when he's led or had that, that sit sprint sort of run. So I just don't think the death seat suits him. So we'll try and avoid that position.
Okay. Is he a little frustrating at times, this horse, because of that racing pattern?
Oh, yes and no, but look, he is what he is, and you just got to, I probably shouldn't have went around to the chair last week, but, I gave him every opportunity to be up there in the finish, but I do think he's better on the fence.
Sure. This race clearly not as strong as last week, but in saying that, there's a couple of handy types here. At his best, he's capable of putting these guys away.
Oh, for sure. Like, he did run third in the Derby last year, and 2 runs ago he come out and won the regional consolation at Menangle. So, yeah, he's going okay, and he's got the ability, so I'm sure he'll run a good race Saturday.
All right. Race number 4. This is a perfect race, it looks on paper, for Can't Find a Better Man. He's got to overcome a second row draw, but last week he went down by the narrowest of margins, a nose second behind Black Sedans. Can he strike here this weekend?
Yeah, I think so, Chris. He sort of was, first time up in open company last week, and he's only gone down a nose, hadn't raced in, I think it was 7 weeks, so, he's going to obviously strip a lot fitter from that, and he drops down in grade, no Black Sedans this week, so I think he looks very hard to beat.
His main target, that's going to be the Rising Sun, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Now, was there any temptation about starting him in the Patron's Purse, or were you happy to avoid Leap to Fame?
No, we were planning on going there, and then when I heard Leap to Fame was going that way, I thought we'd avoid clashing into him until we have to in the Rising Sun. Okay.
If he performs well in the Rising Sun, do you look at those open class features, or the Rising Sun will pull him up?
Oh, look, you'd have to seriously look at it because he's here and it's on the doorstep. So, look, we'll keep that as his main aim for now, and just see how he gets through that.
Okay, you'll be paying close attention to the Patron's Purse, no doubt?
Yeah, for sure. It's, you know, the draws made it an intriguing race, and I still think Leap to Fame is the best horse, but the draw has made it, at least it'll be a good spectacle.
Okay. Keen to get your thoughts here on race 5. Your horse is Rock and Roll Hammer. He's the younger half-brother to King of Swing. He looks a classy 3-year-old, this guy.
Yeah, really happy with him. He sort of was, he'd come across and only lightly raced and come out run third in the New South Wales Derby. And then we put him away and he's just kept impressing us. And I was very happy with him first up there Friday night, good time. He's never sort of been driven, like held up and to go the sprint lane, so that was good that he handled that. And yeah, we're looking forward to him taking on all the derbies over the next sort of, 6 weeks.
Okay, so he's still got a fair bit of improvement to come by the sound of it.
Yeah, I think the run Friday and again on Saturday night should just top him off for the Redcliffe Derby.
Okay, he's a stylish looking colt.
Yeah, he's good looking. He's King of Swing was gorgeous, of course. He's not as big and thick as King, but I think once he turns into a 4 and 5-year-old, he'll really let down into a really nice stowing.
Is he your best Derby prospect, Rock and Roll Hammer?
I think so. Yeah, I think he is. Don Hugo was good today. He was 54 around Redcliffe, so he's kept impressing us. Sweetheart Bart won the APG a couple of runs ago, and we've got one in here Friday night, Rocket Coco, we really like. So I think Hammer might be just the top seed.
Okay. Race 6, the feature on Saturday night, the Lucky Creed. Bondi Lockdown. He was awesome first up. What do we make of those past 2 efforts?
Yeah, we just had a few problems with his electrolytes, and we think we're on top of that now, and he seems really good, so I'm looking forward to seeing how he races on Saturday night. Okay,
what do you do from gate 6? Turn it up in gate 1, brilliant gate speed horse. Have you sort of worked out a plan how to drive him here?
No, not really. I think I'll just play it by ear, and obviously turn it up quick enough he could lead from 7, let alone barrier 1. So, but I probably nearly have to put him in the race at some stage, and but put it this way, we're happy with him, and I think he'll run well.
Yeah, he is a versatile horse. Like, he cheered up when he won first up, and he can lead, he can come from behind, so he is versatile.
Yeah, he can, and he's a couple of runs when we first got him at Menangle, he come from near last, so he's got good speed. He is versatile.
Okay, his 2 big assignments, the Sunshine Sprint Blacks of Fake.
Oh, for sure, yeah. So just thought we'd get him up here and give him a couple of runs on the track before they come around.
All right. One of your winners last week was Sailor Girl. You've got the drive again here on Saturday night. Race 7, number 1. This is harder, but she was pretty good last week.
Yeah, she was good, and Scotty was really confident with her. He thought she'd, said press forward and make sure she's in a good spot, and thought she could run well, and she did, so I'm sure she'll go well again.
Okay, barrier 1's a big plus there. So out of your 5 drives on Saturday night, which one are you sort of leaning towards most?
Oh, for the punters, I'd be sticking with Can't Find a Better Man. I think it's a drop-in grade, and he's had a run under his belt. He's going to be, a week fitter again from that run.
Okay, so that's race 4, horse 10, Can't Find a Better Man. That race over the long journey is well over 2,680 metres. So a double last week, hopefully more winners to come. Great to see you back in Brisbane, and best of luck on the weekend.
Yep, thanks very much, Chris.
A big thanks, as always, to our 2 drivers this week, Brendan Barnes and Luke McCarthy. We wish both guys the very best of luck on Saturday night. So we've got 10 races. We start at 5:09. And if you're looking for a best bet, I think you've got to be a little patient towards the back end of the program. Race 9, this horse finally draws a gate. He can put them away. Race 9, number 1, Dan Fernando. Grant and Trista Dixon, Robbie Morris to drive. I think this is his race on Saturday night, so I'm really keen on his chances. Race 9, number 1. But all in all, it's a really strong program, and there's some good tab jackpots there, first 4 jackpots on each and every race yet again. So 10 races, kicking off at 5:09. We'll see you trackside.